On today's episode of The Front Row, we are in the offices of Elizabeth Grigsby, who heads up the Lubbock Arts Alliance and all of these art organizations, and she's in charge of the Lubbock Arts Festival. If it's art, it's Elizabeth Grigsby. And so we're very grateful that she's carved out some time this week to talk to us because she's so busy because a big event is happening. Elizabeth, thank you for being with us on the show today.
My pleasure. I always enjoy getting to visit with you. You are definitely a highlight of the arts festival season.
Well, you're totally sweet. Well, we've given it away. We all know why we're here. This is the week of the Lubbock Arts Festival. How many times have we had it?
Well, this is the 47th annual Lubbock Arts Festival taking place this weekend, Saturday, April the 12th, Sunday, April the 13th. But this is actually my 21st arts festival to be the director of.
Oh, my God.
I know. It's a lifetime.
Wow. Oh, my God.
I think we're getting it down. I can say that now. I think we're getting it down now.
Right. I love that. Well, and you know what? There's documented evidence to that because you won so many awards for best of. Just tell us just a few of the ones that you've gotten.
Well, we're particularly proud of winning Best in Texas, which is Best Overall Event in our budget category. And we have won that for 4 consecutive years, and that's from the Texas Festivals and Events Association. And so that organization has about 300 member festivals, and everyone's vying for the coveted spot. But no, we've been lucky enough to get it for the past 4 years. And then we've also won the Grand Pinnacle from the International Festivals and Events Association twice, which is Best Overall Event in our budget category. So it's nice when people outside of our community recognize how special the event is.
Well, it's great. It says so much about the event, but it also says so much about your leadership and everything that you bring, 21 years of experience and how to do this, plus talent. I mean, then obviously your gifts for doing it. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Great. Well, speaking of the event, it's Friday and Saturday, 12th and 13th.
Yes.
What do you have in mind for this year?
So, as you know, one of the things that makes us different and unique and special is we pick a theme every year. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, you can go back. We've had Legos, we've had art cars, we've had jelly beans, you name it, and we've kind of had a theme with a special visual art exhibit. And this year, we're going with Renew as our theme, and that's going to highlight art that is made out of recycled and repurposed materials. And so, I have this wonderful artist coming in from Dallas. Her name is Jennifer Lashbrook, and what she does is she actually takes paint chips, like when you go to Home Depot and you're looking at what color paint you want on the wall. She takes those paint chips that have been discontinued, and she actually makes large collages out of them. And so when you're standing up front, very close to it, it looks pixelated, but as you get further back, and if you look through your cell phone, it looks like a photograph.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like that foreground, background.
Yes, yes. And so you're looking at a pixelated image, and then you back up and look through your phone, and it's a portrait of Willie Nelson. It's like, that's cool. And so we actually saw her artwork at the Cherry Creek Arts Festival in Denver, Colorado, and it's like, yeah, that's what we need to do. And so we have her coming, and then I have Sanjita Budita from Houston coming in, and she is a Rangoli artist. And what that is it's from India. What she does is she takes different colored sands and pigments, and actually using her hands draws designs on the ground. And so she is doing a 20 by 20 foot Rangoli. She is probably the premier, I would say, expert about it, having written several books. And so we're excited to add that to the mix as well. And then, of course, we've commissioned some large-scale public butterflies made by Tornado Industrial Arts that are made out of recycled materials. And we're bringing in a group from San Antonio called Pollinator Picnic. And so children and adults will have the opportunity to do this interactive art educational activity amongst the butterflies, and learn about pollinators and our friends, the butterflies. And then of course Pat Maines is our featured artist, and as you know, she can look at something and go, what am I going to make out of that? And she does something extraordinary. And so she does all the little miniature houses and the purses made out of books. And so just a real emphasis on taking what you have and making art out of it.
Renew will be perfect for her. That's
It
what
is.
she does. Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And
Right.
so she has actually been preparing for this for over 2 years. She has run out of space in her house because she has been creating so much. And so I literally have a storage unit full of her artwork. And so obviously it's available for viewing, but it's also available for sale. So
Okay.
we just invite everybody to come out and take a look and kind of be amazed at what can be done with things that you might normally just discard.
Sure, that's
Yeah.
right. Well, Pat Maines is such a well-known graphic artist in our community, and she does so many great things. I just think it's wonderful that you've asked her to be the special artist this year. I think that's wonderful.
You know, and interestingly, she has never been a featured artist before. Out of all these years she's been in our community, she's never been a featured artist at any other event. So I'm glad we could give her this opportunity. And like I said, you know, when we were talking about a theme, she was the natural person to do it. And so she is going all out. Let me tell you that. If you know Pat, you know she's going all out. And so it'll be something to see, I have no doubt.
Great. Well, I love that. So you have these special artists that are coming in that you've described, but who else will fill out the Civic Center this weekend?
So we're bringing in about 75 artists from out of town, and half of them are new, which is really exciting. And so you have artists showing their work in pottery and sculpture and painting and photography and jewelry. And I think the most important thing to know is that all sorts of different price ranges, that you can find something that's affordable for a birthday or for the holidays, or something even more of an investment if you're doing something to your house, say. And so we have artists coming in who are showing and selling their artwork. It's beautiful to look at, and we certainly encourage you, if you can, to consider, you know, thinking about buying something handmade and original.
Right.
Walmart and Amazon do not need your business. Small business owners and artists do.
Right. And it's unique and special.
It is unique and special. I mean, you can look at a gift and you're like, oh, I remember who gave me this, and they told me they got this from the Lubbock Arts Festival from an artist that they brought in from St. Louis. And so, I mean, I think that's an important part of it as well.
So these artists that are here, you vet them, I assume, right?
Yes.
How does that work?
So it's actually an online system, and so we start taking applications in June of the preceding year. So we'll send out a national call for entry in June, deadlines usually in September, October. We'll receive all the entries in electronically. We have a juror that looks over and says yes, no, and then they're invited to come and purchase a booth and be a part of the show. And so we know in January usually who's coming and what their media is, and so that's how it works. It's a competition.
Right. And I guess it goes without saying that we're looking at visual art. We're looking at all types of visual art, right?
That is correct. Even have something. I'll give your listeners the exclusive.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. So another thing that we have at the Arts Festival in the exhibit hall is the demonstrating artist. And so you can actually watch an artist, you know, do airbrush or do printing or that sort of thing, and painting. Our partner in this is BMW of Lubbock, which is a Cavender Auto family business, and they are actually taking a BMW SUV. They are wrapping it in vinyl, and I have an artist who is going to cover it in yarn.
All right.
So, yeah, so something kind of different and unique. And her name is Jordan Reimer, and she does rug tufting, which is really a neat process if you've never seen it before. But yeah, we're making a yarn car at the Arts Festival too.
And people can watch.
People can watch it
great,
being done. And so, that'll be fun. But, there's also a lot of things, hands-on activities, like in our Rangoli area, we're actually going to do a free art project for kids where they can make their own sand art. Of course, we've got our children's art area with over 40 booths and different projects and that sort of thing. Our performing stages, and this year we've grown out of the Civic Center. And so because we use every bit of space, we're actually doing activities outside. Now, I was nervous last weekend when there was snow on the ground, but it is supposed to be beautiful weather this weekend. And so we have a chalk artist, Mallory Precha, who's going to be doing a 20 by 10 foot chalk drawing in front of the Civic Center. We have a children's chalk activity, and then we have an outdoor performance stage. So you can see Hub City Jazz Orchestra, West Wind's Brass Band, School of Rock, and even some electronic dance music.
All right.
There we go.
Well, I'm glad you said a lot of those things. I want to touch on a couple of things. You said kids a couple of times.
Yes.
So this is very kid-friendly, I'm guessing,
It
right?
is, and kids 12 and under get in free.
Oh,
so
better.
if you are an adult and you have a child you want to bring, you will just need to purchase a ticket. And from now until Friday, tickets are $5 for adults online, but then they turn to $7 at the door. So obviously very affordable. If you want to save the extra $2, get online to LubbockArtsFestival.org, buy your general admission ticket as an adult, and you get a child in free.
Great.
Yeah.
And they'll have a great time. Plenty of stuff for them to do.
I'll tell you what, I got a call from an acquaintance the other day, and we had sent out a promotional direct mail piece, and apparently it was his daughter's first year to come last year, and every week, like clockwork, she has been going into him and saying, "Daddy, is it time to go to the Arts Festival yet?"
Oh.
And so he's been putting her off for a year. But so, I think that's an important thing, is that we're making memories and carrying on a tradition, and that's what makes a community great.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
The second thing you said were performing stages.
Yes.
So tell us about those.
So we actually have a performing stage inside the Civic Center, and we've really leaned into our partnership with South Plains College. And so we have several of the faculty from South Plains College that are going to be performing, and along with some brass quintets and some different things along that. But that's all free, and that's included with that general admission. Then, of course, the outdoor stage. And then on Sunday, we actually run a dance stage in the 2/3 banquet hall. And so we have a new group that's performing with us this year. It's Tutu's Lubbock, and it's baby ballerinas.
Oh, cool.
So little ballerinas are making their debut. I think you have to be 9 or younger to be in their program, and so we're excited to see baby ballerinas at the Arts Festival.
Well, I love that.
You bet.
Exactly. Great. So Saturday, tell us the times for Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Saturday is from 10 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Sunday is from noon until 5.
Okay. All right. And for tickets, I guess Lubbock Arts Festival? Is that right?
LubbockArtsFestival.org. If you want to buy online, if you want to buy over the phone, you can call Select a Seat, and that number is 806-770-2000.
Okay. Or $7 at the door.
Or $7 at the door, but
Why do that?
Why do it? Save your money and buy some art with it.
Right,
so.
Exactly. Well, I love that. Well, it just sounds like that you're getting ready for another tremendous arts festival.
We are. We're doing a lot of new and exciting things and kind of expanding the event, if you can believe that. Yeah. So.
Well, you've expanded outside the walls of the Civic Center.
Yes.
My gosh.
Yes. Yeah. And the weather is supposed to be beautiful, which makes it even better.
Even better. So. Great. Excellent. Well, our guest on the front row today is Elizabeth Grigsby. She is the executive director of Lubbock Arts Alliance and heads up the Arts Festival. And every time I see her, she's doing something that is art worthy, and it's just amazing to me. Thank you so much. This weekend, I know this week has to be really something for you. So thank you so much for taking time to be on our show.
My pleasure. You are just one of my favorite people on the planet, and you do such a good job keeping everyone informed of what's going on in the arts in Lubbock. We're lucky to have you, sir.
Well, you're kind. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you.